Hey, Will the Thrill here. The last video I was explaining about Mars being one of the planets, the living worlds, to have been completely killed, wiped out by the space vampires. How the space vampires collected every single life energy on Mars. That was millions of years. So, I actually recently thought about a third movie, a third Life Force movie. The one that I'm pretty much working on right now is Life Force 40 years later, where Travis Carlson, the nephew of Tom Carlson, well, he's Travis Spillner because he does not know his family history. He's an astronaut. He's stationed on the International Space Station. He's mentally tortured by the new space girl. Well, she doesn't have to be close to him. She caused like his like nightmares. He's now not only nightmares, but he's hallucinating, and but then the spacecraft returns and is stationed to San Diego, California. Now, what happened in London, England, happens in San Diego, California, and the space girl captures Travis, and but this is all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to spoil the ending. So I would like this movie to be over 2 hours long, 2 hours and 50 minutes. And it's going to be lengthy, but I'm figuring out ways to keep viewers watching this rather long, lengthy movie. I figured out like some time the movie would go. Life Force 40 years later, 2 hours and around 2 hours and 50 minutes. But I'm thinking of a third movie, a third Life Force movie, and I just figured out a title for it. I figured out Life Force Rapture. I originally wanted to call it Life Force The End, but those words are used too much. So why not use Life Force Rapture? Rapture, it's the end of time. So the this new movie, Rapture, it's going to be about the collection of souls and energy that the spacecraft is doing is now going to be in full swing in the third movie. It's going to come across the entire planet. What happened to Mars millions of years ago is now happening to Earth. And now the entire world, not just one area, the entire planet is just starting to get sucked dry. Now everybody on planet Earth, they're really struggling with they're trying to think fast. Like there's like drama going on here and there. Like they're really trying to figure out how to stop this, how to survive, while everybody's literally dying. It's like their souls are being sucked out by these beams. Animals too. It's like it's this apocalypse. It's the apocalypse that's happening. So it's the appropriate enough title, Rapture, Life Force Rapture, which means it's the rapture of the entire human race. But this movie would be even longer than 40 years later. It's going to be a little over 3 hours long. But I just got to figure out ways to keep the viewer watching the movie. It's like, oh man, this is getting boring. It's too long. Now I got to figure out ways to keep the viewer watching these two sequels that are very long. The second one being 2 hours and 50 minutes. The third one being a little over 3 hours long. And the Space Girl, who I would love to see Aline Powell take the role of. And I'm sure it will introduce some other space vampires, like male space vampires. Like I'm thinking, I'm trying to figure out if or when one or two male space vampires would be introduced in parts of the second movie. And I would know, like, definitely there's going to be a lot more of them in the third movie, helping collect every single life energy on planet Earth. Well, a lot of the humans are trying to figure out ways to survive, how to try to stop this thing. And I'm trying to figure out when or how the new Space Girl, she's going to meet her demise. I know in this movie, in Rapture, she'll meet her demise, but I'm not going to tell you how. Sometime in the movie, she'll meet her demise. So, what do you think? Do you want these movies to happen, or do you not want these movies to happen? Lifeforce 40 years later and Lifeforce Rapture. What do you think? Don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and always love.